Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps. It really does. Hello, food lovers. It's good you're here. Chu Kizu, more famously known as Lu Fong or Luther Chu, was born on April 3, 1956 in Taiwan. He came from a poor family and had 3 older brothers. So to ease the burden, Liu was sent to a Peking opera school. He began his training there from the age of 8 with many other classmates. While he was there, he learned about opera performances, acrobatics, weapons, and martial arts. These skills would turn out to be very useful in later years. At the age of 15 or 16, Liu decided to prioritize his martial arts training. He began learning about weapons such as knives, guns, swords, spears, and many other weapons. He believes that he has used or tried out almost every variety of weapon that he could think of, which is not difficult to believe, as in many of the movies he has been in, he has displayed mastery of a wide variety of weapons. You can find several videos online of him training students in movie techniques and weapons. Liu was once asked which was his favorite weapon. His response was, he could not pick a specific one because he loved learning to use all of them. Liu's aspiration was to become a professional in the Chinese-speaking opera, but fewer people were coming to the performances and the movie industry was rapidly growing. So he decided to give the movies a try. With some encouragement from his friends, he first became a stuntman, where he would pay his dues for many years, working as an extra in movies such as Marco Polo, 1975, Hand of Death, 1976, and many others. He soon caught the eye of legendary director Chang Che, who promoted him to speaking roles. He was also listed as a fight choreographer, student coordinator, and action director. Chang Che would eventually take Lu Fong and 2 of his fellow Venoms, Chang Sheng and Philip Kwok, back to Hong Kong and gave them roles in the movie Shaolin Temple, 1976. This was one of Liu's first real roles, which he said had him very nervous, but he did a lot better with the martial arts sequences than with his spoken line. His big break would finally come in 1978 when he was cast as the Centipede, one of the main villains in Chang's masterpiece, The 5 Deadly Venoms. This was his breakout role that solidified his status in Kung Fu cinema's history. After the success of The 5 Deadly Venoms, it became common to see Lu Fong playing the villain to Philip Kwok's hero. He once revealed in an interview that the films did a lot better at the box office if he was in that role. An example of this is Shaolin Daredevils, in which he played a good guy. It not only performed poorly at the box office, but their fans did not receive it too well. He often jokes that he just had the face to play a bad guy, and even his good friends have told him so. When asked which of the characters he played was his favorite, he said that he is most fond of Kao Ching Chien, who he would play twice, both in Shaolin Rescuers 1979 and 2 Champions of Shaolin 1980. His portrayal of this character won him the award for Best Supporting Actor at the 25th Asian Film Festival in 1979. He said it is one of his greatest honors as an actor. Another villain he enjoyed playing was Butterfly Hao Chong from the movie House of Traps, and his favorite hero that he played was Hu Yidao from the movie Legend of the Fog. In the early 80s, Liu and his 2 best friends, Philip Kwok and Chiang Sheng, went back to Taiwan and started a film company. Their first movie was Ninjas in the Deadly Trap, in which they all starred, directed, and also did the fight choreography. They would later admit that they did not have very good resources there, so the quality of the films was not as good as the ones they did at Shaw Studio. Later on, Liu remained with Chiang Sheng while his 2 friends went back to Hong Kong. He worked as an assistant director on the movie Death Ring, which they shot in Thailand. He would follow that up with The 9 Demons. As the Kung Fu era came to an end in the mid-80s, Liu began working in television or behind the scenes, which meant he was either a director or actor, but he would always remain action choreographer. In recent years, he mostly works in China. He is up to date with social media and has found the many fans that adore him. He has even visited the US to meet them, which according to him makes him very happy. He says that he is honored and grateful for all the love he receives for his work, and that he had not expected to be anyone's favorite. His dedication and classic body of works has guaranteed him a place in the annals of Kung Fu cinema. To Lu Fong we say, thanks for the memories. Chiang Sheng was born in Taiwan on April 4, 1951, into a large family. Having difficulties providing for all their children, his parents made a decision to send Chiang to the Fusheng Drama School in Taipei. Being a highly energetic youngster, Chiang quickly took to the activities the school provided. At the school, he was taught acrobatics, weapons, singing, and performing. He would also meet his lifelong friends Lu Feng, Philip Kwok, and Robert Tai. Chiang easily absorbed the school's teachings, but he had a mischievous nature that eventually would get him expelled from the school for smoking in the principal's office. But by then, fortunately, he had picked up enough to get him work as a stuntman and an extra in a few Taiwanese movie productions. In the mid-70s, Shaw Brothers legendary director Chang Cheh went to Taiwan looking for fresh talents. This was where he found Chiang and immediately took a liking to him. He then took Chiang along with Philip Kwok, Lu Feng, and Lo Man and gave them parts in the movie Shaolin Temple. After giving them individual roles in 3 more movies between 1976 and 1977, the audience began to take notice of them. The female audience took a special liking to Chiang and gave him the nickname Cutie Pie. Chang Cheh also noticed the obvious chemistry between them. So in 1978, in the movie 5 Deadly Venoms, Chang Sheng, Philip Kwok, Lu Feng, Lo Man, together with Sun Qian, would go on to become known as the Venoms. Their new formula of martial art movies, where not only one hero fights well, but any person of the main cast has his own style and great fighting abilities, was new and refreshing to the moviegoers. Chiang became an integral part of the group as the team continued with the formula. Chiang Sheng, Philip Kwok, and Lu Feng all had Chinese opera backgrounds and soon became action directors for Chang Cheh movies. Soon Chiang also began working as an assistant director. The cast, including the 5 Venoms and also Wong Lik, Yu Taiping, Johnny Wang, Hu Feng, sometimes together with Alexander Fusheng, Tai Lung, and others, appeared in more than a dozen movies. Among them are kung fu classics like Crippled Avengers, Shaolin Rescuers, Legend of the Fox, and The Rebel Intruders. Chiang would not only enhance the movies with his amazing acrobatic skills, but he would also bring some comic relief to it. In 1981, Philip Kwok, Chiang Sheng, and Lu Feng would go back to Taiwan and form a production company. They all acted and choreographed the action scenes in their debut film, Ninja in the Deadly Trap. However, the movie did not go over well with the audiences, who had come to expect a certain standard from the Venoms. Soon, Philip Kwok decided to return to Hong Kong and wanted Chiang to go with him. But Chiang, who was married by that time, upon the insistence of his wife, stayed back in Taiwan. After a while, it became apparent he had made a mistake. He could not get a worthwhile job in Taiwan. This forged a wedge between the couple, leading them to get divorced. Chiang then sank into a deep depression and became a hard drinker. On August 8, 1991, an old friend of Chiang, actor Ricky Chentian Chi, came to see him, but found him dead. He had been lying there for 3 days. He had died from a heart attack. But his longtime friend Philip Kwok put it best when he said, it was more of a broken heart that Chiang died from. With his legacy in the annals of Kung Fu cinema safe and secure, to Chiang Sheng we say, rest in peace and thanks for the memories. Suyen Jian Wan, more famously known as Sun Qian, was born on December 5, 1955 in Taiwan. He was the youngest of 3 children. Sadly, at a young age, Sun would lose both his parents and would be raised by his 2 older sisters. Understandably, the loss of both his parents would take a toll on the young boy. As a means of coping with the grief, Sun would get involved in martial arts at a young age. He tried a few different styles before settling on the Korean kicking style of Taekwondo. As a result, this would perpetuate the rumor throughout the years that he was a Korean, but he is not. Around the age of 18 or 19, Sun joined the military. While there, he further developed his Taekwondo skill. Shaw Brothers legendary director Chang Cheh was recruiting new stars in Taiwan in 1976. He was about to film a new movie and was looking for fresh talents to star in it. Sun Qian decided to try out for the movie that would eventually be called The Chinatown Kid. To his great delight, Sun was selected and was given the supporting role in the movie, opposite Alexander Fusheng. Based on his performance in the movie, you would never guess that this movie was his debut. He was a natural. The following year, 1978, he would go on to be given bigger roles in 4 movies: The Brave Archer Part 2, Invincible Shaolin, Crippled Avengers, and the movie that will forever change his and the lives of everyone involved, the classic film, The Five Deadly Venoms. This movie gave Sun the opportunity to show his acting range, and he did not disappoint. Playing Gao Ji, the Scorpion, he was now a part of something bigger than life. He was now a part of the Venom mob. Soon he began to get noticed by other directors. While the other members of the Venoms had peaking opera backgrounds, no man being the exception. Ability-wise, Sun was not as adept at acrobatics or weapons as Philip Kwok, Chiang Shen, or Lu Feng. And although his kicking was good, he has never been mentioned in the same breath as Wang Jiangli, John Liu, or Tan Tao Liang. But what he had in his favor more than compensated. He could truly act. He possessed the ability to make you believe. His double crosses in Kid with a Golden Arm and Five Deadly Venoms are legendary. He also brilliantly played two different characters in The Kid with a Golden Arm, Iron Feet and Yang Hu Yun. He could convincingly play both good and evil characters with such dexterity. Most fans found it difficult to determine which he was until the end of the movie. His acting would get noticed by legendary directors Choi-Yen, who would cast him in The Spirit of the Sword, and Yen Hui-Chien, who gave him a role in What Price Honesty, and Sun Chun and Lu Chai Liang in the movies Human Lanterns and The Lady is the Boss, respectively. Sun would feature in a total of 34 Shaw Brothers movies over a period of 8 years, including what would turn out to be two of the last movies made on the Shaw lot, Pursuit of a Killer and Disciples of the 36th Chamber, both in 1985. After Shaw shut down the movie-making part of its business in 1985 to focus on its television productions, Sun Chien would find work in a number of these TV series. However, around 1987, Sun began appearing in a number of movies for the infamous producer Thomas Tan and his partner in crime, Godfrey Ho, who, in the minds of many lovers of the genre, are the worst things to ever happen to Kung Fu cinema. But a man has to live. After being at the top of the mountain in Shaw Brothers Productions, Sun was now at the bottom in Thomas Tan's production. After retiring from making movies in 1992, there were rumors that in the late 90s or early 2000s, Sun was a manager at a McDonald's restaurant in Hong Kong. He supposedly got married and had at least 2 kids. There is also a tragic rumor of him losing an eye in a fishing accident. Hopefully, that was not true. Whatever the case, Sun's place in the annals of Kung Fu cinema is safe and secure. To Sun Chien we say, thanks for the memories. Philip Kwok, also known as Ko Chu, was born on October 21, 1951 in Taipei, Taiwan. He is an actor, stuntman, and fight choreographer, best known for his work as the Lizard No. 4 from the movie The Five Deadly Venoms. He was a member of the famous Venom mob, an ensemble of highly skilled martial arts actors that starred in numerous classic films for Shaw Brothers Studios in the 1970s and early 80s. He was also featured in the movies Riki-Oh, The Story of Ricky, 1991, Hard Boiled, 1992, and Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997. Philip Kwok began his career as a circus acrobat and worked in the Peking Opera. He never trained in any real martial arts. His skills were developed through the Peking Opera and his circus training. He was once quoted as saying, "I have only ever learned real martial arts on the movie sets of people like Liu Chai Liang and Liang Ting." Peking Opera or Northern style is the best basis for any martial art. I can pick up any style just by watching it for a few minutes. Unlike many others, he did not start out wanting to work in the movie industry. He began working as a stuntman in several films, and eventually he was given bit parts in the movies Dynamite Brothers and Nacho the Great in 1974, The Master of the Flying Guillotine and The Fantastic Magic Baby in 1975. He was also given his first leading role that same year in the movie Marco Polo, aka Four Assassins, as Chong Feng, alongside the legendary Alexander Fusheng. Between 1975 and 1978, he would go on to star in 9 other films with Alexander Fusheng. In 1978, he was brought together with a group of Peking Opera trained performers. Together with the guidance from director Chang Che, they starred in the classic movie The Five Deadly Venoms. The success of this movie would go on to set many precedents for him and the rest of the cast. They would be based upon the name of the movie. From that moment onwards come to be known as the Venom mob. and Philip Kwok would go on to be known as the Lizard Number 4. Going forward, he would often get cast as the leading man, even though he did not have what some seem to consider leading man looks. He did have a tough guy charisma. This, along with his wonderful exceptional acrobatic skills, he is easily in the top 5 greatest Kung Fu movies acrobat, would launch him into other short ventures as the male lead and the action choreographer. These films would include The Rebel Intruders, The Flag of Iron, The Sword Stained with Royal Blood, and Ode to Gallantry. In 1981, Philip Kwok went back to Taiwan. There he founded a film company with his Taiwanese colleagues Chiang Sheng and Liu Feng. It is alleged at the time that they had a falling out with Chang Che and the other Venoms, Lo Man and Sun Chen. Some sources say this is not the case. What seems to substantiate this rumor is the movie Ninja in the Deadly Trap, in which they all starred, directed, and did the fight choreography for, was very similarly themed to the film which Chang Che himself was at the time filming for the remaining Venoms, namely the Chinese Super Ninja. As the Kung Fu genre became less popular in the 1980s, like so many Kung Fu actors, Philip Kwok's career eventually slowed down as well. During this period, he worked in the television industry as both an actor and action choreographer. By the time the 90s came along, he was a sought-after fight choreographer and would go on to work on such movies as The Peacock King, Hard Boiled, A Chinese Ghost Story, and The Touch. These were just a few of the films for which he was the action director. Up to the year 2022, Philip Kwok was still active in directing and choreographing movies. He seems to be showing no signs of slowing down. With an impressive body of work both in front and behind the camera, it is a guarantee that Philip Kwok's legacy in Kung Fu cinema is safe and secured. So to Philip Kwok we say, thanks for the memories. Lo Hin Lam, more famously known as Lo Man, was born in Hong Kong on July 22, 1956. Lo began his training in the Mantis Fist at the age of 13. Although he never worked out with weights, he developed an incredible physique. He was introduced to the movie industry by a friend who was the chauffeur for legendary director Chang Che. He started out working at the accounting department, but that soon changed when Chang Che became impressed by his physique and charisma. His martial arts background, which included other styles such as Choi Li Foot and Taekwondo, was also an added bonus. With the encouragement of Chang, Lo would later go on to attend a training course at the Chang Gong Film Company to hone his acting skills. Chang then gave Lo some big parts in a few films, but first he wanted to give him a new stage name. Initially, he tried calling him Lo Li, meaning fierce or intense. But as time went on, Chang jokingly began to call him Man, which can mean foolish or clumsy. Supposedly, he once tripped over the wire of an air conditioner, so the name Lo Man stuck. Chang Che would then give Lo a cameo role in the now classic movies Shaolin Temple and the Naval Commandos. But it was his role in the movie The Chinatown Kid in 1977 that gave Lo a larger role and led to him and some of the other actors in that movie being cast in a film called The 5 Deadly Venoms. This movie would set them on the path to becoming legends of martial arts cinema. The 5 Deadly Venoms would not only become one of Chang Che's biggest movies and an eternal favorite of Kung Fu lovers worldwide, but it also became one of the most popular Shaw Brother films ever. This film would elevate Lo and the other actors involved to legendary status. They would all go on to be known as the Venoms. Philip Kwok, Lu Fong, Chiang Sheng, Sun Chen, and Lo Man over the next few years would go on to make a number of classic films together. Movies like Crippled Avengers, Invincible Shaolin, Kid with the Golden Arm, and Magnificent Ruffians, just to name a few. When asked in an interview out of all the movies he has starred in, which one is his favorite, without hesitation he responded, 5 Deadly Venoms, definitely. He would go on to explain, it's the best constructed out of all the movies I've worked on. The characters are better developed and the villains are really bad. In the early 80s, the Venom films would continue, but various members of the group would sometimes be noticeably absent. In 1982, the Venom movies would come to an abrupt end, but Lo would continue on with his career in film and television. He would make 2 more films with Chang, including the classic 5-Element Ninja. One of his final films for Shaw Studio would be 1985's Crazy Shaolin Disciples, which also featured Venom member Philip Kwok, along with Gordon Liu and the late Lole. Lo would team back up with two former castmates, Philip Kwok and Wei Pai, in the early 90s in the classic John Woo kung fu movie Hard Boy. Then in 1994, he appeared in Golden Harvest, Return to a Better Tomorrow. In the later part of the 90s, Lo would take on roles in various genres: crime, drama, action, or horror. However, in recent years, he seems to have reinvented himself, and comedy films seems to be his main focus. Lo has appeared in nearly 70 films and countless television series. His most recent film appearances have been in Donnie Yen's Ip Man movies, where he seems to be enjoying making fun of himself. He still makes cameo appearances in movies and television. He is also active on social media and has become aware of his popularity and impact on the genre. In recent years, he has been invited to a few countries where he was honored for his contributions to the martial arts genre. There is absolutely no doubt as to Lo Mang's place and legacy in the annals of Kung Fu movie cinema. To Lo Mang we say, thanks for the memories. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and feel free to leave a comment. Thank you, and may the food be with you.